Hello guys, I've decided to make another video about my favorite houseplants of the month, and I've got this idea from other plant parents and of course my beloved Susu, who is actually sleepy right now. Well, I've been observing her in her everyday life and she always seems that she enjoys herself and she always shows gratitude for what she has. Go sleep. But it always seems like we tend to forget that we also need to enjoy our everyday lives and show gratitude even for simple things, even for the growth of our plants. So this video today is about me showing gratitude for the wealth and the health of my houseplants. I am so excited for this, so let's get started with the number one, which is this beautiful but little baby dragon's tail philodendron. And this plant is on the list actually because we've already had it for like 2 years, but we had it in the bathroom and the bathroom doesn't have a lot of light, so the growth was stunned and it just seemed like a plastic plant and nobody cared for it. But recently I've decided to give it a try and gift it the light and the life that it deserves. So right now I am so excited about this plant because we are seeing new growth. What is this? New growth. And I am so happy about this. Also the leaves are starting to get bigger and bigger, even though they are older leaves, they seem like they are trying to work it out. So yes, we have growth on the leaves and growth here. And you know that when your plant doesn't grow, first thing to try out is the light. A funny story about this plant is that when we actually got it, we had placed an order for a Monstera Peru and the shop made a mistake and it sent this one. And at that time we didn't have any idea on what kind of plant this is because it doesn't have the full complete form of it, so it went unidentified for a long time. And then one of you actually replied to a TikTok that I've made asking for you if you could identify it. And yeah, well, there it is. It is a dragon's tail philodendron. And we are so happy that at last it has a name and a species. So this was the first plant. I can't wait to see its growth in the upcoming months because the weather is getting warmer and the growth is getting faster. So anyway, let's go ahead and see the next plant. The second plant is this little ivy, which apparently needs some water because it is really light. But well, the other ivy is fighting with some root rot and I haven't yet found the time to just repot it and check it and fix it. Anyway, I am so proud of this little one because I've been searching around all the plant shops and I couldn't find it since last spring, which is the time that I actually had bought one pot which was full of root rot and I couldn't save it. So this time it seems a little healthier, so I am really positive about this plant, the growth that it will gift us with, and the colors. I am obsessed with this variegation. I've been talking all around the social media. This variegation is striking because it has 4 colors. We have the lime green, the white, some kind of gray green and gray. It is wonderful. And I am guessing that it will be in a future video because this one will also be repotted because I am afraid of root rot and of it not surviving. So this is the second plant. Now for the third plant, I I'm sure that you've seen it a little around the videos, and it is this little fern, which is actually living outside in the garden at the moment because she seems to enjoy the soft spring sun. But unfortunately, when I went outside to get it, there was a really big snail on the pot, which actually pooped inside and left a lot of slime all around. But anyway, I am proud of this plant because it survived a lot of things, a lot of pests. Well, when I bought it, it was actually full of pests, but it was the single and only pot of this little type of fern that I could find, and I thought, well, let's give it a try. And we helped it get healthy, pest-free, happy, but we got some burnt leaves, and then I forgot to water it because I've been having a little plant care crisis, so I didn't water my plants for a long time, and this was one of the big victims. But it is bouncing back, and we are happy for this. But last week I've been checking all the plants around the garden, and guess what? We found again pests. She has been sprayed again. The new growth is looking really promising, and I don't know. I can see some pests here and there, and I am afraid because I got it inside for the video, and now I am risking all the plants here. But she will go out again, and she will be bathed and sprayed and everything. But yeah, she's worth the mention. Leaving the dramatic fern to rest, now we can move on the fourth plant, the fourth favorite plant, which is actually a new plant in my collection. You might have seen it in sorts, and this is this wonderful orchid. This orchid is a new addition to the family, and I am so proud and happy that I've got to get her because she was the last one of this color in the shop. She had already all the blooms open, but I don't mind because I really love this color, and I hope that she will grow and survive here. The roots are doing really well, and the leaves are really happy. No wrinkling, no damage, nothing. So I am really proud and excited about this plant. I am not the type of orchid parent that you would imagine. This is actually my first orchid, but luckily I have some experience because my sister has a lot of them. I just didn't think that I like them, but now that I've seen this color and an orange one that my sister has, they are beautiful. But I won't get the striped ones. I let my sister have them. And I have a really great and big plan about this little orchid, and this will happen after the blooms are done their cycle and die out. I am going to repot her, but I've been thinking about mounting her in a piece of wood with maybe some sphagnum moss or orchid bark. I have some ideas, and this wood is this one. I've scratched myself. Well done, Naya, well done. Well, this piece of wood is stunning. I've actually used this piece of wood before, and it was used in my terrariums. I've actually planted some spider plant here, which eventually got really huge, and I really didn't like it. So I've secretly made some changes in the terrarium without telling you. So the next plant in the list is from the terrarium, but more stylish. And this plant is this. This asparagus, sparkling and beautiful and stunning and dazzling, elegant asparagus fern. And this pot here is actually the pot that I've bought the orchid in, but I want the roots to get light, so I thought, why not use this wonderful, beautiful geometric pot for something else that doesn't need light in their roots? And then I thought about the wood and the terrarium that I didn't like. I know that you will say that this asparagus fern seems abused, Naya. What have you done to her? Well, I forgot again to water it because I didn't really pay attention to the terrarium once again. I keep killing this terrarium because it is in the corner of the room and I give it none attention. So this is going to be better. She's going to thrive here. And I've put some real life moss for the decor here at the pot. It keeps some moisture like a leaf molds or something, but now that the weather gets warmer and warmer, it tends to dry out really quickly. But I am going to accept this challenge because I really like this look and I want it to work, but I will be needing to mist it once, twice a day to keep it alive and not browning and drying out. But tell me now, this, for me at least, looks like a Zen garden thing. See it alone. If this doesn't give you Zen vibes, Taoism vibes, anything about balance and the Asian culture, I have no idea why. And these cord-like things, these branches, leafless branches, well, fear not, because now that I have it on the window, they might get some leaves. It tends to get really leggy when it doesn't have a lot of light. That's these things here. But I don't know if you can see here. It has some leaves, kind of. But it still looks so good. And here we have new growth again. We don't have as much yellowing as I would expect. I thought that the transplant, the repot, would stress it even more and that it would end up really yellowy and dead. But it seems like now that she has her private space, she seems a lot healthier, a lot happier. And now the other plants in the terrarium also have some free space so they can stretch out their roots. And by the way, it would be wonderful if you could hit the like button for this little poor Shushu puppy who lost her sleep in order to help me film the intro of this video. Thank you for including us in your day.